Over the end line.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Adoree Jackson on the return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Lucky 56. Over.
They'll run now with Ware. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Good work, D. That's how we ball, fellas. Keep playing hard. Yeah. Watch it now, Barney. Right, check. 59. Hey. Gun. All right, now, Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He sets to fire deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And give him a gain of 37. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He'll drop to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
We got three. Three down. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Leopard! Over!
He's going to get it running right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Breida. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Gone! 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 Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone! 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 Gone!
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They're going to look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now it's Breida. And some room to maneuver. The 20. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
No, check, Patriot! Patriot! All right, now, Lucky 56, Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun. All right, now, Lucky 56, Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56, Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Philly, here we go. All right, now, Lucky 56, Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, now, Lucky 56, Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun. Detroit, 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 Detroit. Leopard, Leopard. Detroit, Detroit. Over. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Lutz puts this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. So an agile move, but not a big gain. Down right near the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This is Breida. And he powers his way up past the 30. And the Saints signal for another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now back to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Bradley Pena now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jackson. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. On second down, Freeman. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
They'll throw now on the final play. Buying time to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A give to the fullback on the dive. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Watch it now, Barney. Gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Over.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. 48. Detroit. Detroit. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Over, 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 over.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
319. 319. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They run with Breida, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Looking to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Leopard! Leopard!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch him now,
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
No, check, Patriot! Gun! Take four!
They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Gun!
He'll drop to throw. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively.
Go, run!
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. This is their fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints move back within a couple of the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Detroit! Gun! Over! Detroit!
They're going to try and run for it. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the press. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Lucky 56. Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Gun!
I can't believe they let you play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans! Michael Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Detroit! Detroit!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
And they'll go on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 50.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot. Hot.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. And they'll run it here. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for San Francisco, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin, certainly.